Hi there, and welcome to RealTalk videos. The videos you're about to see show people having conversations about dating, love, relationships, and sex. Sometimes it can be embarrassing or people can feel ashamed to talk about this stuff. We believe that if you have questions or concerns or hopes or dreams about love and sex, that it's better to talk about it than to keep it bottled up inside. Things can start to get better if we learn how to talk about them.
The people in these videos know each other and feel comfortable with each other. They all agreed it was okay to have these conversations about sex. They also knew if they didn't feel comfortable anymore, they could leave.
If you'd like to have a conversation with somebody you know about dating, love, relationships, and sex, here's a couple of things to think about.
For one thing, do you know the person?
Because it's not a good idea to talk to strangers about sex.
They probably won't like it.
They may think that you're talking to them about dating and sex because you want to have sex with them.
If they think that, they might get mad. They might feel afraid of you. They might even call the police.
If a stranger starts talking to you about sex, that's unusual. People don't usually do this.
If it happens to you, you might feel uncomfortable and weird. Pay attention to that feeling. If you do feel uncomfortable, please tell them to stop. Or you can leave the area. Or you can ask for someone for help. Or all of them.
Sometimes you can talk to close family or good friends about dating, love, relationships, and sex. If you've known a friend for a long time and they treat you with respect and you trust them and you feel really comfortable around them, then that means that you're good friends with them.
It's a good idea to ask first if they feel okay talking about this stuff. If they say no, you need to respect that.
If close family or good friends don't feel comfortable talking to you about love and sex, or you don't feel comfortable talking to them about love and sex, but you still want to talk to someone about this stuff, you can ask close family or good friends to help you find someone you can talk to about it.
Sometimes you can talk to staff about dating, sex, love, and all those.
Again, it's important that they've always treated you with respect and that you feel comfortable around them and that you trust them. Again, if you're talking to a staff person about love and sex, it's also important that they've never made you do something that you didn't want to do, and it's important that they've never asked you to keep something a secret.
It's a good idea to ask the staff first if they feel okay talking to you about sex and love. If they say no, you need to respect that.
But you can tell them they need to help you to find someone you can talk to about it. That's part of their job.
There are some people where it's their job to talk about dating, love, relationships, and sex.
These people are called sex educators. They know a lot about this stuff and they're comfortable answering questions about it, even if you feel embarrassed to ask them.
Now, there are different ways that you can find a sex educator.
Some of them teach classes. You can ask your friends, your family, your staff to help you find a class you'd like to attend.
Sometimes sex educators work on hotlines where you can phone or email with your questions and ask for advice.
This is actually a case where it's okay to talk to a stranger about sex. The person on the phone is a stranger, but it's their job to answer questions about sex, so it's okay for you to ask whatever you want.
You get to choose what to talk about and what not to talk about.
And you can hang up the phone anytime if you don't feel comfortable with the conversation anymore.
You may also find a lot of great information on the RealTalk conversation videos.
Amazing. So, to recap, even though it can feel embarrassing to talk about dating, love, relationships, and sex, it's not wrong to be interested in these things and to want to talk about them.
Talking about them can help things get better.
Talking to strangers about sex is a bad idea.
They probably won't like it. If a stranger talks to you about it, that's unusual. You should probably ask them to stop or leave.
Talking to close friends and family about dating, sex, relationships, or love is a good idea. Just make sure to ask first and respect if they say no. If they don't want to talk about it, you can ask them to help you find someone that will.
Talking to staff about it can be a good idea as long as you know them really well, you've known them for a long time, you trust them, they've always treated you with respect, and you feel comfortable around them. Again, if they don't want to talk to you about this stuff, you have to respect that, but it's part of their job to help you find someone who will talk to you about love and sex.
Talking to sex educators about sex couldn't be a good idea. They're strangers, but it's their job to talk about it.
Family and staff can support you to find a sex educator that gives a class. You can also reach sex educator through these hotlines.
Thanks. Now enjoy the videos.